Sunday Slapdash. We have a. Yes, I am Enter Dave. I am joined in the booth by our restreamer Alicel, our tracker Warlink05, and my co-commentator JMac the Librarian. How are you doing tonight, JMac?
Oh, I am doing well. I am ready to watch some Slapdash shenanigans. It looks like it's going to be a fun race tonight.
Yes, it will be. And Poydrak is showing us the flags right now. We have. Looks like we have Rydia and Kane running this show.
That we do. As always, a great starting character, in my opinion. And it looks like we've got 4 objectives, and it is a win game, so we will not actually see a Zeromus fight tonight.
There will be no butts being kicked.
All right, and our race has gotten started.
And Rydia meets up with her twin to start this off.
With a starting hook.
That hook, almost a dead key item in this flag set. Would you care to tell our viewers why?
Oh yes, because our characters and our racers will be bouncing around as the push B to jump flag is on tonight. So yeah, you can just jump straight onto the hook route without actually having to get the hovercraft and use the hook.
Unfortunately, Alicel can't be all Rydias. We know there has to be at least one Kane somewhere.
One Kane somewhere, because that is an objective, and we are only Rydia and Kanes tonight. So this should be a good show.
I did not check all the flags.
Yeah, I did not either, but apparently the dupe glitch is on, so there's that.
Someone mentioned in chat, we just find 5 Rydias and they kick Kane out. That seems like a plan.
Yes, except for we have a party of 4, so at most we can only have 3 Rydias.
Now we do see. Okay, since the flags haven't posted, I believe we're allowed to talk about them.
Yes. Yes, I may have broken a rule accidentally. But yeah, so the flags are in the chat now. But part of the Sunday Slapdash tradition is that flags are not discussed beforehand, and they are not dropped until 30 minutes before the race starts.
An interesting flag here is T Vanilla.
Oh, that's one that's not turned on very often.
So I'm going to assume our runners did the same thing I did before this race and checked where some of the more interesting loot may be.
Yes, I am sure they did, because I will be perfectly honest, after playing this randomizer for a while, I have forgotten where all of the vanilla chests would be and what is in them.
Okay, I think we found enough Rydia. That is 6 Rydias we found so far.
This is a great seed, I'm not going to lie.
It's been blessed by Rydia.
That it has. We do have free characters on with more Rydias on ordeals. So, you know what? JMac is a very happy librarian right now. I'm not going to lie.
I am merely abused by all the children.
Yes. Okay. So shops are pro, sell quarter. So it's gonna feel a little bit stingy on loot this route or this time around.
It's not going to be stingy at all, gold wise. We have the dupe glitch. We can just.
Oh yeah, this is true.
We can just print money.
Hey, we found a Kane. Look at that. So that is 2 objectives down in the first 3.5 minutes.
We have a chaperone for our children.
Yes.
I'm not sure how much I would trust Kane to be a chaperone, but that's what we got.
Yeah. He doesn't seem to be a very trustworthy person in the game, but he is pretty great in terms of fighting things, though. Yeah, so it looks like the good news with free characters being on is that you will definitely have your pick of how you want your party comp with the amount of Rydias and the amount of Canes that you would like. Personally, I'd go for more Rydias, but I understand why people would pick more Canes.
I think a nice even split of them would be best. I know you would prefer 4 Rydias if possible.
If we have a Bahamut summon, yes, but...
Hey, Poydrak finding poison axes, his Canes will like those.
That's for sure.
I'm not sure if Poydrak's checked the vanilla trap or vanilla chest locations. There is a very easy way to back row these Canes.
How would you do that?
Dwarf Castle.
Yes, I guess that is true.
One of the towers has a dwarf axe in it.
That is very true. And you can go underground, so potentially that's where Poydrak is headed.
Yep, no reason to fight the bosses on the way down. We are not on a boss hunt. At least I don't believe we are.
I mean, and in all honesty, all we're looking for is a way to get to the moon.
That is very true. We could theoretically be on a demist hunt.
It could be Demas, but really we're just looking for the darkness crystal or the pass, because with push B to jump on, you can actually use the pass to get to the moon as a one-way ticket.
I said if you've found the pass and are beating the boss Baron and think you can take the Murasame altar, it's a perfectly valid option. Poydrak's showing us exactly how to jump through the hook route.
Unfortunately, you cannot jump over the pitfall, though. I mean, you can, but you still have to fall down the hole.
And you could jump it. There's not much interesting behind it.
No. We've got Magus Sisters at the top of tower. And with our K-main on, we really are only checking the main checks. So top of tower could potentially be where our road to the moon is.
I'm cheering for it to be behind the twin harp, so someone could just pop over, yoink it, and run back out.
Yes, yes. With push B to jump on, we won't even really need music unless it is exactly a darkness at D-Mist at Twin Harp, but somehow I doubt that. But you never know. So if you are on a darkness or a moon path hunt with this party, where are you going first? What are you going to check?
Feymarch freebie, obviously steal from the hook route, just everything that's free first. If I know I only need one key item for go mode.
We did buy our dwarf axe, so
okay,
our
someone
Canes
found
can
it for
be
sale.
back road. Yes.
The only tricky part is going to be, if you get to the moon quickly, is getting this party ready to actually take whatever's at that altar.
That is true.
That's an earth crystal, not going to do much for Poydrak.
Just looking back at the flags, we can have J items in the shops. There's just no drops with J items. So in theory, we could find some sirens. and do some
There's a problem with that. The only
Uh-oh.
place we can find sirens is in Cole's shop. It's T-Pro.
Oh,
S-Pro.
yes, that it is. Okay, so the chances of us finding sirens, pretty slim. Ooh, so then what are our grind options?
We did get a job report check. He's an agricultural engineer. So a step up from just, a lateral move from being a farmer. Our grind options, you have trap chests. You could just start taking bosses.
Yeah, you don't have to grind. I mean, it depends on, I guess, what is going to be at the Murasame.
Yeah, for all we know, it's King Queen Evelyn. You don't have to grind at all.
That is true. That would be some Sunday slapdash shenanigans for sure.
I just had to make sure I didn't lie about this. Free bosses are on.
There is a sylph.
Getting our Rydia's a little bit of extra wisdom.
Buying some equipment. It is gonna be an interesting seed in terms of equipment for them. We might see some more rare items being purchased, especially for our Rydias.
Agreed. We're going to see if Poydrak took a look at the loot tables or the drop tables. Appears to be searching for something in the cave or in the Sylph cave. Oh, Poydrak's. Is Poydrak gonna try to get the Avenger? Yes.
Well, that is a game changer for sure.
If you're looking for a defense sword for Kain, there's one in the warrior chest.
Oh, there is, isn't there? I should pull up this. You have more information than I do.
Funny enough, I actually knew the Avenger was there without looking it up, because that's a common chest in vanilla. So Poydrak showing off some vanilla knowledge of the game and knowing exactly where the Avenger is. That, honestly, Scala, I thought the same thing. I thought the trap contest would move with the trap, or with the trap chest. Apparently they don't.
Yeah, that's something I would not have expected. It's an interesting way that flag works.
Means we see Poydrak's going to dupe said Avenger.
Yes. Why only have one Avenger when you can have two?
This also means when we go to the moon, it is possible someone could go and, say, grab the Stardust Rod from up there.
Yes. That would be a really great way to get Rydia some buffs too.
The Stardust Rod normally is behind, I believe, a behemoth.
Gotta get some levels on these Canes before taking on those behemoths, so I don't think 274 damage is gonna do much good right now.
Just jump the counters. I didn't see these were good plans.
All right.
Oh,
Look at
Boydrak
that.
getting another crystal. Just not found 2 of the 3 crystals. Just not the one he's looking for.
And a tower key from the Sheila 1 check.
I believe boot 5's enough Avengers for this party.
I think so. Just in case they run out of money, they'll have plenty.
And now we got this party powered up with all the drops, or all the loot. We need to get them some levels.
And we have Yang defending his home in Fabul.
I think this boss fight is more a case of just miscommunication.
Yes, that's all.
Yang thought this party of children as chaperones were invading his home. Just a whole bunch of confusion. It happens.
Okay, and we're gonna get a cheeky twin harp check from Poitrak. And a
Typical
spoon.
finding the spoon. We are yet to find we found the tower key.
Mm-hmm.
So Sheila 1 had that. That's the only key item we found at the gate to something else.
I mean, technically we have the earth crystal, so we could go up there.
You do not need the earth crystal to get the key item or the characters from Zot in Push Me to Jump. You can simply jump the trigger and then talk to the first character.
That is true.
We're not going to be getting a treasury rating today because vanilla chests.
I mean, if you are in need of some lightning arrows, though, and fire arrows, I think.
Not sure why Troy was storing a bunch of elemental arrows in their treasury, but you do you, Troya.
All right, a legend sword, which is not a darkness crystal or a pass.
And Supersmith and Hero are both off, so that would just turn into an Excalibur.
So, other than our Baron Inn, which neither of our runners have looked at yet, the only overworld check we have left is Ordeals.
Yes, and as Charles Butler in chat is mentioning, yes, he would unlock the Kogel shop, which would be worth it if there were exactly sirens in there. I'm not sure if there's anything else that would really be beneficial to this party. That is very true, Warlink. The warp glitch is on, so everything in the underground can be checked.
Yep, it is just a matter of getting some levels to be able to take on some of those underground checks for sure. Poitrak just got warp on his radios because the bullfight is pretty good XP.
If that is very true, Skull Kitty. Baron Castle is available as well. You can simply open the door and jump over the guards. Poitrak finding the disappointment of a spoon.
We do have Tybalt heading back down to Baron.
Yeah, pretty much anything that's not a Darkness Crystal or a pass is pretty much a disappointment, unless it's exactly the pan, I believe, is the only thing left at gates. And Rat Tail.
And Rat Tail.
We do have the hook.
Oh, And package to demist.
Luca Key to demist might be funnier just because of Warp Glitch. Wardrak giving us the first view of what is inside Baron. Baron, it is Rydia chatting with a Sparkle.
Side by side Baron infights. So we're about to see if, in fact, the third objective is gating the fourth objective.
That is a Genatsu, which is fairly friendly here with how slow it is. And Poydrak's Avenger is going to just shred this turtle.
No waves for Kainatsu today.
And Rydia's helping.
Rydia always helps.
That's some vanilla.
A vanilla key.
Not a Darkness Crystal or a pass, and also not something our runners need.
I mean, at this
However,
point...
it is still an objective. That lights up objective number 1 for Poydrak.
Yes. And at this point, collecting some of these useless key items might become more helpful when you have to go and fight some of these bosses. Baron Key not one of them, because you can always just jump and even fight that Baigen spot. And the Odin spot, looking for the demist, if that's what this is going to come down to.
I don't believe a Demist Ton is going to be on the table since we have 2 paths to the moon.
This is true.
Much as our viewers would love to see a cheeky Demist location, I don't believe there's a way it can be hard required.
Looks like the King of Monsters has come out of the underground to sit on the Baron throne.
Morpheus, that, yeah, it's K-Main only. Yeah, I did check before saying that to make sure I wasn't about to lie.
And more Rydias for everyone's viewing pleasure. I think Rydia is winning the seed.
And the seed has definitely rolled a whole lot of children. So, yes, Kane could run an orphanage. He could teach all the Rydias how to betray.
About to find out if the Baron Trash Can has what we are looking for.
Tybalt has gotten through that. Kinatsu found the vanilla Baron key. It might have what we want.
And now our starting hook has actually become useful, as we can now go turn in the rat tail.
Poydrak having to leave and retrieve the superior airship. Tybalt is following in Poydrak's footsteps, about to go find the King of Monsters, deciding to rule a different castle.
Now, what I really want to see in one of these fights is somebody pushing B and letting Rydia jump. Because not only can you jump around on the map, but you can also, any character can jump in battle. And sometimes Rydia deserves to jump too.
Rydia can have a little jumping as a treat.
Yes. For a job well done. We are getting our first instance of ooey 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 on Tybalt's side as he uses Sylph.
Poydrak finding the Twin Harp and just resetting out.
Well, you know. No music for us today.
Unfortunately, Poydrak, he already knows that there is no value in Cave Magnus. It was merely a legend sword.
We are going to climb up Mount Ordeals, jump over the boss spots, and see what Ordeals holds for us.
The good news here is you know if it's garbage before the boss fight.
Poydrak
The bad news
perfectly showcases how to jump across that bridge without getting any of the boss triggers.
The bad news is you should still at least see what the boss is with no free key items on. And you're walking that out anyway.
And a Blarg goes down without even seeing which burn it was.
I am perfectly fine seeing that bird get one shot.
Now, if you are running this, are you going to check these bosses while you're up here just to make sure it's not a demiss before headed back down? Or are you just going?
I'm going with no.
You jump fast.
And it gets back to what I'd said before about we know that Demus cannot be the only path to the moon.
That is a good point. Jump over the character trigger there, I think.
I believe that's what that was. That's some very high level knowledge from Poydrak.
Yes. I don't think I even know where that trigger tile is, to be honest.
As Whirling says, we're on a key item hunt for one of two things. Tybalt is likely going to follow Poydrak, find the disappointing news.
Yep, and Poydrak is about to go through and see this pan check.
Both of our runners putting on fantastic showcases of how to push me to jump.
Yes, this is an April Fool's flag from a couple of years ago that has become a fun staple in the free enterprise community.
Oh, and Poydrak showing off jumping over the Sylph just to make this Sylph get very confused, step away from you to give you an item.
Tybalt is over back at Troya. I wonder if he is also about to go and do the Cave Magnus check.
That's very likely. And Tybalt
Yep,
maybe thinking that the Twin Harp's in logic now.
Well, in about 1 minute, he will be disappointed to find a legend sword.
And the Panturnin is not the... or it is not it. It is, however, yet another Cane Iridia.
And I don't think we will find out because we have enough of both.
I did a quick count. Poydrak is sitting at 9 key items according to the tracking, so getting close to that key item bonus.
That will definitely help get the levels to feel comfortable going to the Murasame altar.
I'm just hoping at this point it's something extremely simple after all the... Or something like Evil Wall, just as rude as you could get there.
Well, it's not Evil Wall, because Evil Wall was in the Beigen spot. And looks like Tybalt, being the man of the people, is going to give us music.
Hey, in which case we will be quiet and let the music play.
That we will.
And that was, well, as Tybalt showed us, the Demon King Odayo from Live Alive, I think it's pronounced.
Yes, and he also showed us how to jump out after you have triggered music, and how you somehow end up in Bedward's room.
Yeah, that's oh, it's Live Alive. I wasn't sure how the first one was pronounced. It's some nonsense with how rooms are coded and return tiles. Because technically, since I believe it's because its camera was on Bedward's room, it sends you there first.
Yes, even though you were not there, you were there.
It's how you make things work on 30-year-old systems.
All right.
And Poydrak finding moon access from Tower of Zot.
But he still only has 9 key items, because the past does not count as the 10th key item.
I think Poydrak is going to see what he's going to be dealing with.
With no save. So we are just racing to the moon.
No save, only go. As Poydrak showing us, you can just jump over the guy who normally blocks your path on win game. See if Poydrak wants to show us what Zeromus is up to tonight.
Yeah, King Queen Evelyn is not on the Murasame altar.
Zeromus is apparently in our Discord server right now.
Now Poydrak is just walking on the moon in places you typically never go. Just for fun.
I gotta show us a little smiley face on the moon.
I don't think I've ever noticed that before.
Voidrak showing us all the little Easter eggs here.
I also like when you do jump on the moon that you have less gravity, so you float longer. That makes me happy.
Yeah, Voidrak skipping the character cutscene. We are not going to see which of our characters showed up there.
All right, the question is this a free boss or is this not a free boss?
And this is the closest thing to a butt we're going to get tonight.
Guesses in the chat, everybody.
Of course it is.
Well, he is in his natural habitat, that's for sure.
It could be anything else, could it?
Okay. Voidrak did leave a save out here, outside of Baron, so.
Antlion showing up in his natural habitat, and being the seed's final boss.
How very fitting. So now it looks like Voidrak is going to go to the tower key to the cannon room and get a 10th key item, and that's the easiest one to snag really fast.
That, as Balthazar and Chad's pointing out, yeah, Antlion is possibly the rudest boss that could have shown up there, because you don't want to Avenger on that.
Okay. I was gonna laugh if this was Alt Gauntlet. Just for kicks and giggles.
It couldn't have been. Alt Gauntlet shows up as 3 blue sprites here.
Oh, that is true. I forgot.
Unfortunately, it couldn't be Alt Gauntlet. Oh, there was some betraying going on Tybalt's side. Or didn't want to get punched by Mylon. Left a gas standing. Now, are you aware what happens if you leave the Mylon's friends standing and take out Mylon first?
They start punching you really hard in the face, right?
That's exactly what happens. Those gas have disturbingly high attack power.
Which you never see unless you kill Mylon first.
They will punch straight through adamant armor. At least if you're not in the back row. I think back row adamant might be able to withstand it.
So now Tybalt has his pass.
Balthazar, you could argue that Pale Dim punishes both, but we've already seen that. D-Lunars to an extent punish both. That's why I said to an extent. I don't think there's anything else that has nasty counters to both of them.
Now this is a heads-up play from Voidrak because we know that there's a King Queen Eblin as the second boss. And these 2 bosses give a lot of XP once you're at 10 key items.
Yes, they do. Tybalt is going to make the same check that Voidrak did and is going to find the terrible news.
We are going to get a moonshot check, though.
With vanilla chests on, or vanilla treasure on. Once you see that it's antline here. Would you consider possibly peaking cave value?
I think isn't that where the Stardust Rod is?
Nope, but it's where the Bahamut summon is.
Oh, that is true.
Could be worse, could also be free.
Huh.
The Stardust Rod is, I believe, on the 4th floor.
Yeah, I would have to.
Tybalt finding the moon veil that's located on the moon. And Balthazar, there are hourglass available in some chests. I know hourglass. There's an hourglass 1 in Antline Cave.
Which I think Tybalt must have picked up.
Our runners now both know what they need to beat, and they just need the power to do so.
A lot of money on Poydrak's side. Full amount.
However, Poydrak still does not have too much GP.
Alright, Poydrak is headed back up to the moon.
And as Berserk now is pointing out, the Moon Veil does make the Antlion free-ish. You just can't Zerk on it, and you need a bunch of healing items. Actually, you only need the healing items, you just can't Zerk. You just jump on it enough times and it goes away. That's why you jump on it. As with being able to jump, a single Moon Veil does in fact make this Antlion free. This Antlion's counter only triggers on the fight command.
That is a good point. And even Rydia can jump. That was a nice little grind for Tybalt.
Got some levels to speed this up. Got a Moon Veil to make the fight free.
We're definitely going to see an attempt on Tybalt's side. Poydrak is also fighting these hairdryers.
So both of our runners are going to be taking on our final boss, the Lunar Antlion. One of them, Tybalt, coming up soon. Poydrak will most likely be heading there after taking out the hair dryers.
Yes. Because Poydrak is going to get double the XP from this fight without the life glitches. So he will be much higher than Tybalt is, but we'll see how those higher levels speed up this fight a little bit.
Antlion showing us exactly how punchy this spot is. However, that one remaining cane is showing it doesn't matter how hard you can punch if you never hit.
Moon Veils are magical, and I always forget to use them. And I should use them more often.
Yes, let this be a lesson for anyone watching. Use your Moon Veils.
Yes, because not only do they reflect magic spells, but they also reflect physical damage.
Something I'm curious to ask our runners once they're done. Did they know the Moon Veils are, or was I just looking for a grind? And a happy accident?
Ooh, yeah, that is a good question.
There's a very good chance, like I said, once you see its vanilla chest, you grab a guide and see where the good items are.
Yeah, and since I have never played any version other than the Super Nintendo original version, I don't even know where J items are in vanilla chests.
Hey, Tybalt is jumping. Poydrak is going to attempt to brute force this with Avengers. We'll see which path leads to victory quicker.
Did Poydrak use a Moon Veil?
There has to be a Moon Veil on the top one. I don't think Kane can dodge all of those multipliers from the back row.
Okay.
There's the risk of using this strategy. Antlion decided it had enough of Avenging Kane.
You can miss an Avenger. Okay. This is definitely the dual Antlion fights, and we should have been counting some damage to see how close we are.
I'd have a hard enough time counting one person's damage right now. Not a chance of seeing two. This is Sunday and we're on Restream. This is not the time to do math.
This is true.
Yes, Tybalt does have the very safe strategy. As long as a bottom Kane doesn't get bopped a few times on Poydrak's side, this is... Oh, it's still safe. Poydrak is through first. The Avenger strategy was quicker.
There we go.
And the vanilla knowledge, knowing where the Avengers are, carried the seed. And Poydrak has finished in first place overall with a time of 48 minutes and 35 seconds. And Tybalt finishing right behind him.
a time of 49 minutes and 12 seconds, and they are first and second in our Sunday Slapjacks race tonight. So GG's to both of them.
And we'll see if we can get them in for an interview.
And while we are waiting for them, I'd like to shout out our restreamer tonight, Alcel, as well as our tracker Warlink. They both did a fantastic job putting the show on.
And I believe by that sound, we are joined by both of our restreamed runners, Poydrak and Tybalt. GG's to both of you.
Is it? Really? Well,
We are joined by both of
is
our
it really
restreamed
GG?
runners, Poydrak and Tybalt. GG's to both of you. Hey, Antlion was
it?
just hanging out in his
Really?
natural habitat.
After Handline? Is
Granted,
it really
yeah.
GG?
And we were
Well, you both showed very impressive antlion strategies there.
I think finding the moon veil in the hair dryer's chest next to it was nice.
That was deal breaker for me as well, yeah.
Now, I
Yep.
want to ask, did both of you know that the moon veil was there?
No.
Yes, but no. Yes, I know there's moon veils on the moon, but not. I didn't realise it was in that particular chair.
Hey, we did see you early on, Poydrak, show us some impressive vanilla knowledge. Did you know ahead of time that the Avenger was exactly in that chest?
Yep. Yeah. With the vanilla, the Avenger is always there. As far as I'm aware. The only time it would get shuffled is if Hey Crap is on, I believe.
Yes, that is definitely something that a lot of us learned tonight, was that with vanilla chests, the treasures stay even if the trap chests are randomized.
Oh, that's something I didn't know actually.
I didn't either. I thought the loot traveled with the trap.
Yeah. Same here.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. It's a bit finicky on how the flags interact. But in this particular setting, no. I was a bit doubtful when I went there. That's why I took the blizzard at the top one, because I got the two mixed up. But I wasn't 100% sure it was there. I knew that was the chest, and there was a good chance of it, and it was there. So go Kane.
I know where the two hourglass ones were that I took. I knew the one in Baron and the other one. But I wasn't sure with like the trap chest whether or not they still held their loot. So I looked for the Avenger, but I'm like, it's trap chest, no thank you. I'll go find an ogre axe in a shop.
Which there were some.
That hourglass was really heads up too, because that definitely came in handy.
Yeah, using that at the Mylon fight.
Well, I didn't quite need it for that particular fight, but having it in my back pocket for anything on the moon that could use it, that was good. I was thinking about using it for the hairdryers. I was in that chest, but Kane, as long as the Kane survived, that's all that was really necessary.
Yeah, that was my thought process too. Is I'm going to at least have one for a trap chest on the moon, like the hairdryers, and then maybe the actual boss fight. And I'm like, well, Mylon here and my levels are little to none. I need the extra help.
No.
The bad thing about Avengers is they really don't help too much against Antlion. You really want to be jumping with Kane, which I'm pretty sure Tybalt did, and I did a little bit by taking one of the Avengers off, but they're not really helpful for that particular fight.
I bet you probably had more levels than I did, though.
I would say yeah.
Yes.
My highest Kane was 900 HP, and that's with an AU apple on him.
It's You don't need. All you need is one with Moonveil.
Yeah, very true. That Moonveil just made sure the fight was safe. After that is how quickly can you do it with the resources that you got, because just a Moonveil and one cane does not make for a quick fight.
No, I saw the Moonveil and it instantly hit the Hairdryer's chest. I'm like, wait, that Moonveil makes that fight free. Okay. Leaves me in the chest after I'm done with this fight.
So, what were your thoughts when you saw Antlion chilling in its natural habitat?
Oh, I thought, well, I've got Cane with jump. I could probably jump the attacks, maybe. But at least I won't take any counters, which is fine. I had a bunch of Cure 3s and Vampire Soul. There was a chance I'd be able to get through it with enough HP on Cane.
Yeah, I also thought, yes, I can get through this fight. It's going to be a bit of a pain, but I've got the resources to do it with the canes. I would like a few more experience. That's why I went back to the Blue Planet and took the extra key item and went to the Dwarf Castle. That got me through to low 30s, which is more than enough for that particular spot.
Oh, you had low 30s? I think I was even lower.
Definitely were.
I was 25.
Yeah, Poydrak got the 10 key items and did Dwarf to get that extra XP, which I thought was really, really smart and quick, and it really paid off.
So, Poydrak, did you find the darkness?
No,
Neither of you found it.
I path glitched up there
Same here.
2 times.
Well, how did y'all feel about Cane and Rydia only?
Wasn't too bad. I mean, with the T-Pro, and you know you're looking for at least like an Ogre Axe black belts for Cane. Rydia, you're hoping for like Sylph Azura. To be honest, I was hoping for an Azura, but I was fine with Sylph. I'll say probably the stressful thing for me was that Leviathan.
Yeah, on my side, it was really just videos are going to be okay if I find something, but there's more stuff out there for Cane than there is for Rydia, so I'm really going to be relying on Cane more. If that Avenger is there, which it was, and that just said, okay, Rydia, you can get levels if you want, but you're very likely not going to be doing too much. So that was essentially the plan from the start.
Unfortunately for all Rydia fans out there, all of her best stuff is either on the moon or in tier 5+ shops.
Yeah, I would have liked to get Rydia working. She would have been a great help in that Antlion fight with summons, but she would just take too much and too long for it really to come into play.
Yeah, and with her low HP total, even in the higher levels, unless she's got like a Sork Robot, she's gonna get one shot by that Antlion.
Yeah, it's not a low hitting spot by any means.
Nope.
Final thoughts on the seed from either of you?
It was Slapdash.
Yeah, enough Rydias.
I made the YAML for Chaos, and today we had Chaos. There's not much more I can say about that. It was just, this is exactly what I wanted. I want out of the Slapdash YAML. We've had it for a few weeks, and it's playing to my expectations and more. And brilliant.
I would definitely agree. This was some good chaos.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really test your knowledge on how the different flags interact. And I think, me personally, I've learned a lot from doing the Slapdashes, because it's a way to essentially force myself to learn how certain flags interact with each other. So I thank
Yeah.
you, Project, for doing the type of slapdash because it's helped me out a lot.
Yeah, this
That's-
Slapdash taught everyone who's watching some things about how vanilla chests interact with moving traps around.
Yeah, and if you go into this, learn something, and then you bring it back to a tournament and thing down the line, and tournament match down the line, and you win because of that one bit of knowledge that you gained, Slapdash has done its job.
We appreciate both of you for putting on a great show this Sunday evening.
No problem. I do have just one quick thing to shout out. Next week we won't be restreamed, aimed as the progressions go with the restreams. However, the week after, I believe it's the 2nd or 3rd of January, the Slapdash will be will be teaming up with the Pink Princess herself, Asuka 424, and bringing the Pink Puff midterm exam. All the Pink Puffs are invited to join. It's not mandatory, but it is their midterm exam. They will be under Slapdash rules. Well, the one rule mainly, which is you do not talk about the flags. You go off your own knowledge, and well, look forward to that. Hopefully, we can get some good Pink Puffs in on the Slapdash and have some fun.
I'm looking forward to seeing the Pink Puffs in action, including
Definitely be practicing for that.
including my co-commentator, one of the Pink Puffs, who will hopefully be in this race.
So other than that, I'm done. I will see everyone again soon. Have a good evening.
Yeah. Thanks for the restream. Thanks for the comms, and have a great night.
Thank you too for agreeing to be restreamed. Hey,
While we were interviewing, we had an off-screen finisher with Pyre, who finished 3rd place with a time of 51:24.
So I'd like to, and now that our runners are done, I'd like to shout out our upcoming races. We have our community race, our community weekly race tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
We have
And on Thursday, we are doing a Restream Pink Puff race.
Yes, the Pink Puff League will be on Thursday. That is our racing club for beginner racers.
So, and then Friday, we will also be doing a community race as well. So lots of good racing going on in the Free Enterprise community this week.
And with that, I believe we are done here. It looks like we'll be raiding over to Slippery42, who is running the current seed of the week. So if you're looking to run the seed of the week and have not done so, you may want to leave now. Otherwise, give Slippery42 all the love.
Yes. Also remember not to do any spoilers with this race or this seed, because a lot of racers end up running it throughout the week. So we appreciate y'all hanging out, and see y'all next time.